Good evening, campers, and welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm Commander Exorcist. Welcome to Exorcist Base. I started covering Space Engineers a few months ago, and in the process of doing that, I have been building kind of a headquarters for myself, a place where I can work and work on my builds, and just kind of a general place that's familiar, that has the tools and the resources set up for me to be able to put things together. And I've built a couple of starships in this location, kind of in tandem with building the actual facility. And so what I thought I'd do today as one of my first actual Space Engineers videos is I thought that I would give you guys a tour of the base. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start out here on what I call the patio. And we're going to take a look at that, and we'll go inside the base. I'll show you around, and then I'll give you a tour of a couple of the starships here that are under construction. Welcome, everybody. If you enjoy this kind of content, if you enjoy Space Engineers content, then I am your channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Tell me about some of your favorite memories in Space Engineers. The game's been out a long time, a lot of great stuff out there, and I'm excited to be a part of the community. So out here we have, this was kind of the first area that I built as far as putting things together, places I can build ships and connect. So I've got this like little bubble looking miner right here, and hooked up to a tank, and actually hooked up to a connector that runs inside to a refinery and some cargo containers and the like. And this is all interactive. So out here you've got the spotlights, and you can disable said spotlights. So when it's really bright out here and there's really no reason to keep the lights on, just turn it off. But I kind of like the spotlights, so we're going to leave those on. And so let's go down here, and we'll talk about the setup. As you can see here, we've got the shipyard. This was a huge project, as you can see. Many lights and a lot of scaffolding, and some improvements that have been made over time. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And it has a bunch of docking connectors. As you can see, there's almost, I think there's close to 30 or 40 docking connectors on this. So in here, when you come to the main base, so you come over here, and this opens up into the research center. So welcome to the research center. This is where the design and evaluation phase for new starships occurs. Got our control panels over here, and as you can see, we are currently working on the Mako Starliner Mark II. So the Mako Mark II is currently under construction. The Mako Mark I is responsible for probably my first piece of truly viral content, of any content that I've ever created. The Mako Mark I, it is the ship that the roof flew off of in an Instagram reel that is still getting incredible views and incredible traction. There will be a link in the description if you're interested in watching the Mako Mark I when it was under construction, coming apart, praise, clang. So back here, this actually heads into the main area of the base. So we are going to head upstairs and enter into our airlock area. And this is taking us from our research post upstairs into the main base area. So we've got a little hallway here with a couple of different places that we can go. But if you turn the corner, this is CNC. This is command and control. So this is the command center for the base. So all of the action is designed to happen here. See, we've got a nice overview. There's a great shot of the shipyard itself. And we've got a nice kind of panoramic view of things. That is the Ferox Star Carrier. It is about 99% complete. There are a few things that I'm working on internally, but the external design is complete. And so over here, we've got a couple of options. So we have emergency conditions. So we've got red alert options up here. We've got the ability to, do the basic stuff. Turn the lights out, make it dark and cool, which works a lot better when the sun's not out. And we also have the ability to turn off all of the spotlights. So the entire shipyard is completely disabled at the moment, but we don't want that. So I actually want to turn everything back on and make it look the way that it did. And you can see now that the shipyard is back to 100%. So let's go over here, actually. And in the studio is just kind of a joke, but it is a somewhat accurate recreation of my YouTube studio. So when I do commentary, it kind of looks like this. Although there's windows in the background in real life, the neon lights from one of the DLCs worked perfectly. I don't have as many couches in my real studio. I wish I did, and I may or may not have a weapon rack like that in my bedroom. So let's make sure we close the door. That is protocol. Let's go take a look at... Actually, let's do this. Let's go over here, and I'll show you dock access. So we have an external dock that attaches to the station. This is for resupplying and for final testing and a couple of other things. So if you go up here, so we've got a nice little catwalk, takes us out here to the roof area. And this is the Mako, not the Mako, I'm sorry. This is the Ferox Star Carrier. This is one of the largest ships that I've ever built that is completed. And it is a really cool, large kind of passenger style design. And let's go over here and turn it on. So as you can see here, so it has 8 gyros. There's a lot of steel involved in this one, a lot of construction. There are 2 hallways, so this is one of the parts that it's not done yet. There's 2 hallways here, and the hallways will include additional rooms. The hallways I just built to kind of get it started, and we'll go downstairs in a moment. But it opens up into this massive industrial engineering room, and so we've got consoles on each side, 4 warfare batteries, and a bunch of cargo kind of laying around, which we're still working on things. So 2 giant warfare reactors ready to go, and warfare batteries, so lots of power. And there are the other 4 gyros that keep us moving smoothly. And then downstairs is, again, this is part of the stuff that's not completed. You can cross over into different areas. And then I'm working, you can see here, this is the beginning of a room of some kind. Turn on some lights so you guys can see. So there's going to be more of these rooms with more features. And then around here in the corner, this is an airlock that opens up into space. So we don't need to do that. But let's go back upstairs and turn off the ship so we can head back out, and I can show you guys the rest of... Actually, I like to... So kind of my protocol is I leave the doors open when I'm working on something because I'll tend to turn the power off, and I still need to be able to gain access to some of these locations. There we go. Power is off and the gyros are spinning down. So let's head back over here to the station. So that is the Ferox Star Carrier, which is not done but will be published to the workshop when it's done, along with the Mako. We'll close our dock access there. So we've seen the studio, dock access, CNC, and then central processing. Central processing is exactly what it sounds like. It is resource generation. So we've got O2 farms, gravity generators. We have a reactor core in here, as well as a bunch of refineries, some assemblers, and the like. So major refineries and some cargo containers. So this is potentially still a work in progress, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with it as an industrial setup. Looking at potentially adding some variety to the walls and making it a little more interesting. But the unique part of this room is its access corridor. And you probably saw this outside. We open the corridor here, and this gives us a nice view of the posters out there, which is really cool. Subscribe and Viva El Presidente. My Elite Dangerous folks will know what that is. And so this gives us immediate access from central processing to the shipyard. And so now we have access to be able to do whatever we need to. We're on the other side up here. So you can go inside this way. So you can technically climb one of the ladders, come up here and go inside and make your way inside the station. Now this is the Mako Mark 1 over here. It is completed and it's available on this Steam Workshop. It's a pretty basic Star Carrier, but you may recognize it if you've seen the Instagram reel where it comes apart. The roof part of it here literally flew off of the thing. But not much to it. It's a very basic design. It's actually one of my first Starship designs. So not my best work, but it's got a corridor here, and it's pretty much just an engine room and a cockpit. And it's kind of really cramped, so everything works. It's just really small. The reason I'm showing this to you is I want you to see the Mako Mark II when we go into it. We're gonna walk over there and take a look. But the ship is currently here. I put it here because I wanted to show you guys I wanted to show it to you guys because I knew that it had made kind of a splash on social media, so with its destruction. So let's head down here to the Mako Mark II, and as you can see, it has a much larger cockpit. Let's fly over here real quick and show you. So you got a very small one, 3-window. This is a wraparound cockpit design, and when we get inside, it's glaringly obvious the difference in upgrades in the bridge space. So it's triple control and plenty of room, plenty of visuals, so I can easily see out of the thing as we're flying. Darker, subdued colors, and yes, a red alleyway, and a much nicer engine room. So there's a lot more room. This has 6 Warfare batteries. The Ferox Star Carrier is not as much in terms of battery capacity as this ship is. So I'm very happy with how this design has come out. And then it's got left and right airlocks for getting out of it. So, and the way this works is there are at least 9 docking connectors along the scaffolding, and then there's a couple up here along the edge for larger ships that cannot fit under the scaffolding, like the Mako, I keep calling it the Mako. The Ferox over here, as you can see, super large ship, and it is not able to fit under the scaffolding. So got to keep it out there, keep it safe, and you can see kind of a overview of the station. So, but my goal with this particular build is to make this kind of my home base. So when I do content for Space Engineers, I'm going to start creating it from here as kind of a backdrop. And if I'm building something in space, most likely it's going to be done here unless I need the PCU for it. Otherwise, we'll be doing those builds here at this station. So, hey everybody, I hope that you enjoyed my tour. There is currently one more phase planned for this station, but I'm not going to start it anytime soon. But I do have a 3rd phase of development that will come in the future. But for now, this is going to be the way that the station is put together. I hope that you enjoyed this brief tour of Exorcist's YouTube base, and I hope to see you in future content as I continue to make new Space Engineers videos. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Commander Exorcist. Take care, fly safe, and I will see you out there.